fucking depressed.
Poor Kay.
I had a goddamn car accident that was all over the news yesterday.
Oh.
8 fucking people died. A little north of the city, one of the highways. Just make it basic for everybody else in America and the world.
In America.
More and more people listening outside Canada and America. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The numbers are up. So there was 8 people dead on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Kids involved. They're dead. There's one survivor, and she's pretty much, I think it's a she. It's a 5-year-old girl, I believe.
Kitten.
And she's like she's not going to make it. If she does, it's going to be just a horrific life for her.
It's grim.
And then you're like, what the fuck happened, right?
Yeah.
Turns out some dope went on the highway the wrong way?
Yeah, it was the one that was driving
happening?
the minivan with all the kids in it.
How's that happening?
How do you do that? I don't understand how you get on a highway the wrong way. It's too much. There's too much work involved.
These stories come up, a couple times a year?
Yeah.
And then when you're driving on a highway and you see the exit ramps and the entrance ramps, then you kind of do a little exercise in your head, like, well, how would I? And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're looking at the backs of signs. You're just looking at the backs of signs and shit.
Yeah.
So that's like a clue. And then where it says "Do not enter," wrong way. Mm-hmm. You see those. Mm-hmm. Like those are all over the place. How do you get on the wrong fucking side of traffic?
And then if you do get to that situation, you realize...
Don't you know immediately?
You realize immediately because it's a Sunday afternoon. There's a lot of cars. Wouldn't you just just pull over?
Yep. Yeah, you would just like...
Was it on the... All right, so she obviously was going the wrong way on an exit ramp. Right. So she's entering on an exit ramp. So did the accident occur on the exit ramp itself? People just leaving the highway?
I don't know. I'd like to know how long she was driving on this road the wrong way before the head-on collision.
They said it was one of the worst they've seen.
Yeah.
A lot of the officers and whatnot on the scene, they're just like, dude, it was just horrific.
Probably going to wind up making another stone face out of the cops. You didn't have a legendary police officer when you were growing up, when you were in school?
No.
We had a legendary one. His name was Stoneface.
He came in because
we were always scared of Stoneface whenever we drove around. It's like, look out, Stoneface is out tonight. I think Stoneface is working tonight. Stoneface does the night shift. Look out for Stoneface. Stoneface was this older cop.
Seasoned veteran.
And he would always, really fuck with the high school kids that would be driving around at night.
Yeah, but he was cool, though.
Yeah, we didn't realize that, though, because his legend was more than he really was. But the thing about Stoneface was he was a seasoned vet. He probably had 3 years left before he retired. Mm-hmm. But the story was he was only in his mid-20s. But he saw
everything.
One of the most horrific car wrecks. One wreck. He saw it was so bad. It was like just high school kids in pieces all over the road.
For real, or you just making
this
up
was
some
a legend.
kind of legend? Oh, okay.
This was
this is what was told to you.
It was told to everybody about Stoneface.
Okay.
And that's why he's got it out so bad for the high school kids that are out driving, because his hair turned white. Meanwhile, he just had gray hair. He was an old guy.
Yeah, I know that.
And he had wrinkles, and he had we called him Stoneface because he never smiled or anything, and he had very chiseled man features. But it was like, dude, he's fucking 25. I'm not shit, man. He's fucking 25. He's got that white hair. It turned white over fucking night, man.
Wow.
He fucking saw that big wreck and just got old overnight, and now he just hassles the fucking kids. Meanwhile, he's just an old cop fucking, that was it. But the legend of Stoneface, dude. Stoneface.
Yes. Fucking Stoneface.
Stoneface.
He'd give you
never want to get pulled over. If you got pulled over and looked in the mirror and just went, you turned to your friends and went, dude, it's fucking Stoneface.
But,
I'm fucked.
At this point, it's hack because we've talked about this many, many times. But, drunk driving was pretty much, like you said, a sport when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And if you were pulled over with your friends and everyone was hammered, what do they do every time? They didn't arrest nobody.
No, they tell you to take it easy, or they tell you go, which one of you is drank less than this guy?
Right.
And then they drive, or he'd throw your keys
there you go.
down the little ravine of the highway or wherever you are and say, I don't want to see you on the road. I'm going to pass by here in a couple hours. The car better still be here, and you better be asleep. And
Right.
That was
Or
all.
he would, do the rest of his shift and then come back with your keys, going, you're not going anywhere until I'm done with my shift.
And if you were close enough to your house, he'd follow you home.
Yeah.
So it's all right. Go home. I'll follow you.
Yeah. It's changed. I hate to say it and be the guy, but it's changed for the better. It was pretty crazy out there when we were growing up. Holy shit. Some nights I don't even know how we got home.
Yeah, look at that, Sig.
They're
Because
saying
that's right. I knew Stoneface. I grew up in Greenlawn. Yeah, Stoneface was in Greenlawn.
Greenlawn area?
Elwood.
I'm a Greenlawn guy.
Yeah, Suffolk cop.
I don't remember Stoneface.
Oh, dude, Stoneface.
All right. I wonder if he's still working.
Dude, he's still on the... Well, he was only 25 then.
Right. Rob,
Legend.
Long Island.
Yeah, this turns out this stupid accident. The lady lived on my street. I don't really know her, but now I'm looking at a house, and this thing is freaking me out. But here's a question. A lot of people now use these navigation systems to kind of like tell them where to turn.
Yeah.
They don't have to think too much, and they can yak it up.
Right.
Is it possible that this may have been caused by that? We don't know that yet, but, it tells you to make a left, you make a left.
That kind of, something, we don't really think much about what we're doing when we're driving with the nav on, when you don't know where you are. And if it tells you to make a left, a lot of times you just do it.
They usually say make a left as the left is actually 100 feet up the road, but there's another left turn right there.
Next left. And meanwhile, the next left is a one-way.
Right.
Then the one after that. Okay, that could happen.
I've been using the GPS a lot lately because I finally got a new car, and welcome to the year what?
Love the GPS.
Welcome to the year what? 2005.
Yeah.
How many years behind am I? And when they say turn left now or whatever it is, that is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Because we all jump in our cars and we don't know how we got to our destination. Like, what the fuck? I know I was texting or whatever, right?
I don't remember the last 5 miles.
And then you got a GPS that goes turn left now or whatever the actual prompt is.
Yeah.
And I feel myself sometimes going, oh, well, they're telling me it's okay to turn left now. And of course, there's
Yeah. Meanwhile, when it's safe.
When it's safe is what they should be saying.
There's no cars coming.
But sometimes it's just a little thing in the back of your head. You're like, oh, you're ready to just turn because they're telling you turn left now.
It's autopilot.
I remember at least maybe 2 or 3 stories, at least in the last year, where somebody listened to their GPS a little too hard, and it was somebody's thing was yelling at him to turn left or something, so he turned left right onto train tracks.
Oh, right.
Okay,
it's
so
like, why would you? Yeah, but I mean, just because your GPS says to turn,
your GPS knows.
You can still visually inspect and see that you should not be turning left onto the train tracks.
Your GPS knows. It probably wanted him on the train tracks.
The monster's in yellow today.
Something completely distracted. Took me out of it. Took me out of the whole fucking break.
What the fuck
Seeing
does
the
she
monster
look like
come
in yellow?
out.
What does she look like in yellow?
I'll tell you right now if I can find the picture. Hold on.
Oh, you got it? Because it's killing me. There's a resemblance there. Okay, let me say hi to Kent in New York. Kent.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, man.
It's Gabriel.
Whatever.
All right, what's up, Gabriel?
Yeah, the reason that she went onto the wrong side of the road is the highway, there's no exit and on-ramps for you to ease into. It's just a left or right. So the part of the highway, if it's not busy and, she doesn't know the area, she'll just assume, she'll just make a left. The wrong way sign is further, you have to look.
Yeah, wait a minute. Isn't there a no left turn sign?
No, the wrong way sign.
I don't mean the wrong way sign. I mean, if it's an intersection like you're talking about,
yeah,
there should be a no left turn sign or something.
Are you saying it's easy to make that wrong turn?
If you're an idiot, yeah.
Okay.
If you're an idiot.
Well,
it's just it.
Well, I mean,
you know which way traffic goes. If it's
there's a lot of idiots that are driving out there right now as we speak.
Yes,
exactly.
Roads are filled with idiots. But
God,
fucking A, man. Now we all have to be like sad and think, holy shit, how horrific is this one? Thank you, sir. Let me say hi to Kevin in Utah. Kevin.
Hey, guys. Morning, boys.
Hey.
Now, this is more on the lines of a horrific wreck. There, in the small town that I grew up in, there was a...
Wait, sorry, Danny. And there you go.
Oh, yeah.
The cowardly lion, the monster looks like. Very good. Where are we? Kevin, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. No, there was an off-ramp that was being built, and they hadn't tarred it, they hadn't paved it, and it was just dirt. Well, these kids take this wreck and they lose control and they get partially thrown out. Well, they end up getting decapitated, 3 of them. Well, the first cop that shows up on scene, they're going around looking for these heads. All right? Well, the cop stumbles across his head. He looks down with his flashlight. It's his son.
Thousand ways to die.
Yeah, exactly.
You're perfect for the show.
Well, the second part of the story is 2 years later, another wreck, same cop, he finds his second son. He lost 2 kids to 2 different car wrecks in a 2-year span. Yeah, we all thought that was kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it's horrific.
But that's all I got. Punch it out, boys.
All right, thank you. James, the trucker. Well, let him say it. He's a trucker. James.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that GPS is for faggots. Anyone that's too lazy to read a map the old-fashioned way deserves to die.
All right, go fuck off. Look, there's a big leap between taking your GPS and turning onto train tracks and going back to a AAA triptych.
A triptych.
I've had it.
Remember the triptych?
Fuck that. Maps, everything else. I like driving with a navigation system.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes driving fun.
Hey, Aunt, what happens if your GPS says you turn left and you go into a lake?
I wouldn't do that.
Well,
is that
your
Ted Kennedy's
GPS said
excuse?
turn left.
I look, dummy. And my GPS is smart. It doesn't make mistakes.
Ever.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. It tells you in German how to go, right?
It could.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You keep trying. You keep trying to make a joke. One will pop out eventually.
All right, we're going to bail on you. Let's go to Joe in Connecticut. Joe.
Yeah, I was driving, and I had the old Garmin, and I hadn't updated my maps in a long time, and we were headed to this party, and it took me down this really windy back road that made me take a left and then a right, and we're cruising, and it's dark, and we couldn't see shit. And all of a sudden, a fucking headstone pops up out of nowhere. I almost ran down like 3 headstones with my car because it took me to the middle of an old graveyard.
You're in a cemetery? I got to tell you that when we were planting my grandmother over at, where is that, Pine Lawn over there? And,
that's where my grandma is, too. I wonder if they're very close to each other.
Maybe. Oh, that'd be nice. They could chat. Little chit-chats. Jaw just dropped.
Great, now
so
we can't chat
conversation's
anymore.
over.
Great.
All right, sorry.
You chat until that jaw
Till the jaw drops. Yeah, and then we're in the cemetery, and my navigation system shows all the roads in the cemetery.
Yeah, how creepy is that?
You know how you could get lost in that fucking place.
Sure.
Little twists and turns and fucking... They're coming for you, Barbara.
I'm a big fan when the GPS has a brain fart and all of a sudden says your destination's on the left, and it's like wait, a field or something.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not. You
it
idiot.
isn't. What are you doing?
Lady, all right.
Where have you taken me?
Let's go to Mike in Pittsburgh. Mike?
Hey, guys, you guys were talking about how far one of the people have made it. Just last week at Pittsburgh, a lady went 2 miles the wrong way from mile marker 57 to 55 before going head-on with a semi.
Head-on with a semi. Great.
Head-on with a semi and a Ford Escape.
And she had 2 fucking miles to figure it out.
Damn.
How the fuck do you go 2 miles without seeing another car?
Not only that, you're seeing the thing that would get me is the backs of signs.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing the pole or the post or the whatever fucking metal thing that holds the sign up, and then the back of it and the bolts.
But
don't you know that there's a problem?
As soon as you get on the highway, you're now. Think this over, okay? You're on the left side.
Yeah.
Going the wrong. It's so obvious.
So
isn't
the
it? Every
median
time
coming at you.
Even if it's a divided highway
but
where
you see the
can't
traffic
see
on the other
other
side.
Well, let's say that it's divided and you can't even see the other side, because you know how sometimes highways like 95 especially would divide, and you won't even be able to
Trees
see
and
the,
stuff
the
right,
northbound lane if you're southbound. But you know, like they still put that guardrail to the left and the shoulder to the right. You know, because you just know when you're driving that that's how roads are laid out.
Right.
So if you're driving and the shoulder is to the fucking left of you and the guardrail thing is to the right,
It's common fucking sense.
Yes.
They just don't have it anymore. And just like the guy would drive into a lake. If you drive into a lake, you fucking deserve to die. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
And,
Thin the herd.
And Mike saying that she drove for 2 miles. I bet you she realized and goes, well, I'll just get to the next exit.
I'll get off the next
and
exit.
I'll figure this out.
Next exit's 8 miles, 6 miles.
Cars
down the road.
hurtling towards me.
Right.
At double the speed now. Relative speed is now 120 miles an hour.
We've all been in a plane, and you see the planes coming at you.
Oh, yeah.
You've looked out the window and see the planes, let's say, going L.A. as you're coming back from
yeah.
L.A.
You realize how fast you're going at that point?
They look like fucking missiles.
Yeah.
Imagine
when
what
you're up there
cars
in the
look
clouds,
like.
it's just, ooh, we're moving kind of slow,
Right,
and this
right.
is nice. But when you see closing speed,
Yeah,
whoa.
your brain can't even like wrap itself around
Yeah,
it because
and-
you're like, wow, that's what?
Now,
That's impossible.
All right, I have something to gauge how quickly we're moving.
Thank you, Mikey.
Yep.
Homer Simpson. I'm a Bobby Lee fan after hearing him on the show. That's good, but we can't get to you right now. Coworkers GPS directed him into a building. Let's say hi to Stryker. Stryker.
Good evening. Yeah, the trucking company I work for, about half of us have GPSs, and I've got one that's specific for trucks, so it gives me like truck routes, low clearances, etc. Well, my coworker has one that's designed for cars.
Oops.
Oops. He's had 2 accidents since buying this thing. First, he hit a low bridge. Try putting a 13-foot truck under an 11-foot bridge. It
Happens
don't
all the
work.
time here in New York on the parkways.
Yeah, well, then here about a month and a half ago, he programmed in the direction he's going down the street. The GPS said turn left. He turned left and ran into the overhang of a building. The drive-through of a building.
Drive-through, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totaled the truck, and there's about $250,000 damage to the building.
My favorite is when you see the U-Haul trucks with the big fucking can opener top. It's just been ripped back, and they went through a drive-through. Like the idiot couldn't even remember for one trip with his stupid moving truck and his stupid family and his stupid goods in the back. It's taller than his car.
You want to talk about people having head-ons going the wrong way? We had one here about 10 years ago. 3 chicks, they were drunk. They drove 7.5 miles the wrong way on 2 different interstates before hitting a semi head-on. There were over 200 phone calls to the cops.
Yeah, why is it always a semi?
It's always a semi. You never hit fucking.
Those semis are frightening. Thank you, Stryker.
All right.
Wow, I didn't know this one. Andrew the trucker. Andrew.
Yeah, that parkway must be pretty easy to get onto the wrong way because this is the second crash just yesterday. There was one early in the morning that 5 people were injured 20 miles north.
So I guess it's easy to get on the wrong way.
I don't understand it.
I guess either
You
that
gotta
or
put
there's that
spike
many
strips
idiots
down.
out there.
Yeah, right.
Put those one-way spike strips so you blow your fucking tires out.
I was thinking that. That's not a bad idea
That's
because you
like
shouldn't be
good
backing
for
up
you.
on those things anyway.
Yeah.
If you're going the right way, you know what I mean. Tim on Long Island. Tim.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Hey, man.
I was about 2 years back. I was on Sunrise Highway heading back from my house, and all of a sudden I see a car next to me. I see taillights, but it's on the opposite side of the road.
Ooh, shit.
So I'm heading, and literally I'm driving parallel to the car, just waiting for something to fucking hit it.
Yeah.
And this car went like a good. I stayed next to it for 10 miles, hearing cars screech around it.
You didn't beep your horn or try to flash your lights or something?
I tried everything. I mean, like part of throwing something out my window. This woman ended up being hammered.
Oh, were you able to look at it? Did you see her face and everything? Was she
Yeah,
all,
it's like clear as bell, like driving next to somebody.
all
on the side of the
fucked
road.
up? Was she
They
all
were on the
fucking blah, blah, blah. Dumb
Yeah,
broad.
just fucking lost in space, drunk as shit. And the
Wow.
cops ended up getting on the same road behind her finally and followed her all the way. She made it all the way home.
And then probably couldn't understand why she was in trouble. What did I do?
Yeah,
Dummy.
Sunrise Highway like 2 years ago and stuff.
You ever get in a situation where you got to wake someone up on the highway?
Yeah.
Those are the best
Well,
ever.
that's what those little lines are for. Those have woken me up more than once.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the
well,
rumble strips.
But I mean, you're old enough to remember roads that didn't have those.
Yeah. Wake up.
Yeah, it's called the medium.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it was a guardrail or something. That
Yeah,
would
good
wake
point.
you up.
Yeah, the guardrail usually helps you out here and there.
The rumble strip's one of the greatest inventions ever for tired drivers.
Oh, yeah.
That you hit that for a split second, you are wide awake.
One time,
Yeah,
what woke me up?
The whole car vibrates. You think you're going to come off the road?
Oh, yeah, we know. Everyone knows. Thanks,
those,
Tim.
Those like 3-foot-high plastic dividers.
Oh, yeah.
Where, I don't know how else to describe it, but they're on like a flexible mount, so if someone does hit them, like they're not completely broken.
Yeah, it's like you're doing the slalom.
Yeah, I woke up to my side view mirror, just and I was like, oh, I think I am about to fall asleep driving.
It sounds like a playing card and spokes.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly right.
I was right there. Motherfucker, we together on that one. Good job. Yeah, but the waking someone up as they're in their car, pretty much falling asleep or already out.
I remember that shit. My brother wouldn't fucking realize he was falling asleep once. We were driving down from Kingston or something. We had some stupid gig up there. And we're driving down, and he just kept weaving off the road. And I'm like, Joe, you're falling asleep. He goes, no, I'm good. And I actually had to wait then and stare at him and wait and go, all right, I have to now wait for him to fall asleep and go off the road a little bit and then, like, have him wake up himself and have me just looking at him.
Jesus.
So I'm sitting there waiting, and he nodded off, and the car started drifting to the left, hit the rumble strip and then the grass, and he woke up. And then he turns and looks at me, and I'm smiling, looking right at him. I go, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you
you're
right?
not falling asleep,
You're right,
huh?
Mr. Wade. He's like, all right, fuck you. You could drive. And then I started falling asleep.
God bless the people that could, well, like yourself, that could fall asleep as a passenger. No way.
No way.
No how.
No how.
Even if it's a bright Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
You know everyone got a good night's sleep. There's no drink, nothing. It's just a regular drive. I can't be the guy. I can't sleep in a car if someone else is driving.
I'm always sleeping.
Because then my mind starts getting crazy. Like
really?
I'm convinced the guy's fast asleep or whoever is driving the car.
No.
I can't sleep in a car ever.
I love sleeping in the car because you get there instantly. You're like, okay, we're
Time
leaving.
machine, right?
I call it time machine. We're leaving Atlantic City. All right. Hey, we're home. Cool. That was nothing. No, it was 5 hours of traffic, motherfucker. You slept through the whole thing.
When I was doing radio in Geneva, I would because I was still hanging out at Geneseo because why not? Just because you graduate, why would you leave a college atmosphere?
Just hang out.
You're stupid if you leave a college atmosphere after you graduate.
Broad booze.
Yeah, I still had the college thing happening, and I was starting my radio career, so I would drink happy hour, whatnot, and then go do overnight radio in Geneva. It was a long.
How old is too old though to be like, hey guys, I'm still hanging. Where's the kegger?
We had a few of those guys
really
in my frat house when I was pledging. I'm like, that guy's like 30. What is he
too
still
old
doing
to
here?
be here?
30. God, I wish I was 30.
Oh God, that's fucking like 9 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
I know the big 4-0.
Yeah, coming up.
The countdown. And so now I'm dead tired because I got a hangover, didn't sleep, overnight show, 6 in the morning. Now I'm driving back to Geneseo, fell asleep at the wheel. I woke up because there was a shitload of deer in the road. I don't know if the subconsciously, like my
why did
my
you wake
eyes
up for
saw
that?
it. I don't know. Not much to the story really, but I didn't hit any deer.
Would have wiped
But
them
when
out.
holy shit. Have you ever had this? Holy shit, how long have I been asleep? And you don't have a clue if it was a couple seconds or minutes or whatever. You know what I mean?
There are times, though, I've heard, I haven't done this, but times where people do fall asleep with their eyes open. They're completely out, but they're actually asleep but driving.
With their
and
eyes
as long
open.
as there's nothing major going on, they could kind of hold the road,
Right.
but they're technically asleep.
That's weird.
Me, I've always been the old fucking the head goes down, the eyes shut. I'm on a pillow, I'm drooling. I'm just fucking like completely out. And then you wake up and go, holy shit.
How long have I been asleep?
This adrenaline now that's in me should last a good 30 seconds to keep me up.
Oh, well, that's what sucked in my situation. I was scared out of my fucking mind. I pulled right over. I'm like, all right, I got to sleep now.
Yeah.
But like you just said, because now you have the adrenaline, I couldn't sleep on the side of the road. So then I continued anyway.
You can start shaking at some
I was
some point.
fucking
You're like,
scared.
You start thinking about, what the fuck? Wait a minute. I don't remember even being here or driving this far.
My GPS tells me to turn around on certain bridges. Oh, we can play that game where you decide it. Fell asleep at the wheel, woke up to a semi's headlights defacing me. Wow, someone's typing real.
Facing me, yeah.
Facing me turns out to be a tow truck hauling a semi.
Oh, that's happened a couple of times where.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, not asleep, but
Rick and Philly.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, man, that scared the shit out of me. Driving down the highway like 5 in the morning, and all of a sudden I'm, half asleep trying to stay awake, and all of a sudden I see semi lights coming straight at me, and it's like There's no way to get over, and I'm freaking out. Well, here, I'm just catching up to a tow truck. Never saw that before. And for some reason, they tow with the fucking lights on.
Yeah, that's a weird. Why would they do that?
Coming towards you.
Yeah.
But you know what's even better? If you ever have someone fall asleep in your car, just wait to nod off. As soon as they do, just take your arm and reach out, like, you know, when you go to stop the car and you try to, like, someone puts their arm out like that's going to do anything, and just scream and watch that person wake up. Like it shit their pants.
That's kind of funny, man.
Or if you drive, when you're driving, close one eye if you're the driver and lean your head back a little bit. And you can see out of your other eye, but the passenger.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun trick.
I've actually done that one.
I love that one.
I've done that one.
People next to you will start beeping and everything, and you just sit there.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about your passenger in your car.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm talking about out the driver's window, dude.
Yeah, you can do that, too.
That's
I
another
never
good one.
tried
You keep your hand low on the steering wheel, and you close your left eye, and then you kind of drift off, and then people pull up next to you, and they go, man, like trying to wake you up, and you weave a little bit back and forth.
I like the holy shit one, though, man.
Holy shit.
I mean, I just do it for people in the car, but I'll try that.
You know what? Yeah, your passenger's out cold, and just scream, holy shit, when he wakes up in
Holy
horror.
shit.
Just
Like,
go.
You gotta smack him in the chest with your hands.
Yeah.
Anytime you have someone.
No, I don't even want to go with that angle. Just you scream the holy shit to get the same reaction. He wakes up like, what the fuck? Are we going over a cliff or something?
Yeah.
And then just go, I love this song.
I love this song. Holy shit. Do you remember the train tracks in Green Lawn that were like a fucking ramp? Can't remember the street, but yeah, you know.
We lost one of our tenants.
Did you?
This is a bad memory. One of my mom and dad's tenants didn't come home one night.
Because of that fucking those train tracks?
I've told the story on the air.
Oh.
It's a recent story. The suicide note was left in,
right.
in the room I grew up in.
Yikes.
For real.
Yeah.
He decided to end his life on those tracks.
Right there on that
oh, yeah. And
that
the
hill?
The officer comes because he left a suicide note on the windshield. He was renting a room for my mom after my dad's death. That made it a lot of fun for everybody.
Yeah, that'd be great.
More fucking horrific shit happening to everybody. So there was a suicide note on the windshield. So when the police up there in Greenlawn found this horrific scene, they found the note that the guy did it on purpose. They parked on the tracks. So then they went to the house because I guess on the note he explained where he lived. And then my mom had answered the door. The cops are there, and they marched up to the room I grew up in. And sure enough, in the room was a creepy suicide note.
They finally changed the grade on that track.
Well,
it was
to get airborne.
Giant hill.
You used to get airborne if you were going fast enough.
And it was a giant hill, and there was a flatbed tractor trailer hauling a bulldozer, and it tried to make it over that hill, and just
really?
Yeah, just
bottomed out,
ground to a halt, and train came. You've never seen destruction like a train hitting a bulldozer on a tractor trailer.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was a big fucking mess. That was a biggie. But that hill was ridiculous. You obviously know which one I'm talking about.
Your shocks like go right to the end before you were getting airborne.
Joe Curry was asleep in the passenger seat of my friend Frank's truck. He had like a Rover or something like that. And he was like in that half asleep, half awake phase. And he's just kind of driving. And Frank goes, he turns to Joe, he goes, prepare for liftoff, and hit those tracks. And Joe doesn't know. He's just, all of a sudden, he's driving, and then he hears prepare for liftoff, and then the car took off. And he got up like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
It was airborne.
Yeah, we would try to get airborne on that one.
Always caught air in my Baja Bug, my little doom buggy over that thing. Yeah, fat air, yo.
They flattened it out, though.
Yeah, they ruined it.
It's no more fun now.
You could. It was an Evil Knievel ramp.
You would get those weird feelings low in your belly.
You get and you'd almost back off a little before you hit it because you knew it was like I am flying.
Yeah,
this car is going to fly.
I drove for 3 hours and woke up as a herd of deer ran across the highway. Was driving the whole time. There's no way you were driving for
3 hours.
Ken, come on. 3 hours?
Yeah, I was driving through Montana. I ended up having a late night job where I thought I was going to be able to get a hotel, and I didn't get a hotel, and so I had to go do the job anyway. And I got done with the job about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had to drive back 3 hours to get back to the nearest hotel. And I don't remember a minute of the drive except for waking up about 30 seconds, 3 or 4 times, and
and there were deer literally 6 inches from my car as I was driving by them at 90 miles an hour on the freeway.
Jesus.
And
There's nothing worse than when a fucking deer runs out in front of you.
Yeah, that's some scary
That-
shit. They
I
will
don't-
fuck your car up.
I don't miss that about Western New York. The
They will
fucking
fuck you
deer
up.
were everywhere.
Punch it out, guys.
Thank you, sir. One more. We got Joe in Missouri. Joe.
Morning, boys.
Hey.
The white line on the highway, painted on the highway, is always on your right, and the yellow line is always on your left.
There you go.
Never mind your signs.
Yeah,
Pretty simple.
You would just feel like something's not right immediately.
You can just see, yeah. And the GPS stories, we locally there in Iowa, there was a truck driver following his GPS, and it took him across an 8-ton bridge, and he collapsed the bridge.
Jesus. Nice.
Excellent pictures.
Thank
Later,
you.
boys.
All right, let's go to Plum in New York. This is the one I missed the call by one here. Plum, what do you got?
Hello, boys. How are you this morning?
All right.
Hey, man.
Love you, and I love your show.
Oh, thank you, sir. Blech.
So, gentlemen, listen, sometimes my wife and I, we do a lot of driving, and we'll drive home to Virginia or something like that, and we'll be driving for an hour and a half or so. My wife will fall asleep in the car next to me, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she wakes up and just goes, and reaches and grabs the freaking wheel.
While you're driving. Holy
Nice.
shit.
Keep your dreams to yourself, dummy.
Yeah, really.
I've actually started letting her grab the wheel. Just, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
See what happens? Hey, why not? Don't worry about the kids in the back. They think it's fun.
Right on. Good story, Plum. Thank you, sir. Steve in Arizona. Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be. I got a long drive from Arizona to Wyoming where I work, so sometimes I'll just pull over the side of the road just to sleep, be so tired, and some would startle me awake, and I just slam on the brakes, even just parked. Just look up and slam on the brakes, thinking I was about to hit something.
Yeah, sometimes when you wake up like that, I was driving cross country and the white lines in the road for radar, I would jam on the brakes because I thought they were railroad ties in the middle of the street.
Nice buzz.
So I'd wake up. Yeah, no,
Nice
it was a sleep induced buzz because we were driving to California, so we actually made a deal with each other. We said, look, no beers, we can't drink and drive cross country. We actually didn't. So, but it was just pure tiredness. I was seeing things on the side of the road like colorful jackrabbits and
when you're
toys.
When you're like real, I mean that tired where you're dead tired.
Yeah.
Your fucking brain will really fuck with
It really starts like you start seeing things,
Absolutely.
literally seeing things. You're hallucinating, and your body is just so fucking tired. You crash out. It's like, yeah, I'm controlling a massive metal vehicle, but
Yeah. Toilet crusher from Buffalo. It's all about the bears now. Someone hit a bear near downtown Buffalo on I-190. What the fuck? Can you imagine hitting a bear?
Those are pretty stout, pretty heavy.
I think we did good for Monday.
I think so. Fucking Monday? Christ.
I wasn't even going to come in today.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to have gotten that phone call.
Really?
God damn.
Long weekend.
You know what's really fucked up about our hours, though? Like, when you take a day off, you sleep through the time you would have been at work.
Right.
So by the time you get up, I always get up and go, I'd have been done anyway.
I know. You're like, fuck, I just wasted one of my days.
It's like I wasted a day. I would have been done anyway. I mean, it's nice. I would have gotten to sleep a little more. But the bottom line is, I'm up.
Mm-hmm.
My work day would have been over, and now I didn't go in.
What's that tired
Wasted a
thing?
day.
If we could figure out that tired thing, this would be ideal.
Yeah, because this is fine now.
This
When
is
I was
easy.
getting up,
This is easy right
was
now.
not fine.
Right.
When that alarm went off, not fine.
not
Now
fine.
fine.
Not fine.
Before,
at
not
all.
fine.
Not fine. No. All right, there's more, just a lot of stories coming in, but I think we kind of did it.
Yes, I
What
do
else?
think so.
The Obama thing.
Obama.
I guess they're all having a beer at the White House.
Yeah, apparently they're all going to hook up for a beer or something
Wow.
to settle things.
It all happened after our show on Friday. We were yelling and screaming, and man, did Obama do some backpedaling.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder when he knew he really messed up with that stupidly comment.
Well, when he had to say, I'm surprised at the attention this is getting, knowing that he shouldn't have been surprised, and how the front page stories on all the news had nothing to do with his health care plan, but had everything to do with the cop from Cambridge and the professor and him being arrested. and Obama's remarks on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous. And I think he realized, oh, damn, I made a mistake. And now he's friends with this professor guy. This professor.
How are they friends, by the way?
Old, fucking scholars, whatever. They're just friends, I guess, from, years of.
We don't know for sure, though.
Travel in the same circles. It's that whole.
But the professor looks a lot older than Obama.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those, when you do what they do, you know each other.
Yeah, but
we
don't know any radio guys. You would think we would know radio guys.
We're not fighting the oppressive white man.
Ah.
See, when you fight the oppressive white man, you know each other.
Ah.
You give each other the wink on the street, right? You know who I'm talking about.
Because white people don't do that?
The old blue eyes. You know what I'm talking about, yo. That's it. But I think the professor, who is very outspoken, as we know, he's been suspiciously quiet during this whole thing, and when given the opportunity to really do what he does best, which is make noise, make publicity for himself. It's sort of like a Reverend Al motive kind of a thing. And he's been quiet. You think he got the old call from the White House?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I put my neck out for you, and I wound up tripping over my own dick during a speech. I'm going to fix this, but you have to shut the fuck up. Understood? You know he got that call.
But there had to be a piece of evidence that we haven't seen that made Obama go, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, the 911 call,
or maybe the audio. Supposedly there was audio. On the scene, maybe.
Yeah, radio audio and 911 call. The witness.
I went. Oh,
yeah, there were a bunch of stuff that just point to this guy was being a belligerent ass. And although the cop probably could have let him go, he did nothing wrong by not letting him go. And then by calling him a racist like that is.
You think it was a judgment call?
Way out of line.
By the officer at that point, or he had no choice.
At that point, they always got a choice. He could have just said, "Go back in your house and shut up," and then driven away. But being accused of being a racist and then having the guy curse your mother,
you know what I would love to know?
Shit, it's like fuck you.
Oh,
You're
we know
coming in
that.
with me. Oh yeah.
Because I'm thinking, what did Gates say? Where the officer said, "That's it, I got it now." Right?
He's talking about his mama.
What did he
said
say?
Your mama's something about his mama. Oh, your mama give her name or something. It was just something about his mother. The cop's mother got brought into
you
it.
Can't mess with people's mothers.
No. And he brought him in. But, I think Obama told him to shut the fuck up. We're going to settle this thing. We're going to smooth it out. And that's it.
You think they all have a beer together now?
It'll be very uncomfortable.
Like
one
Sergeant
guy drinking
Crowley.
a Bud, two drinking.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Colt 45.
All right. Jesus.
OD. What's some of them other mall niggas?
Hurricane.
Yeah, you're right there, Danny.
Mo.
Where's our
St. Ives?
We got to end with our beer clip now. Can we go long form beer clip, please?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Tequila.
Tequila. You even know that?
Stroh.
I like the Strohs.
Nah, I remember Strohs.
That's a poor man's beer.
It ain't even out there anymore, is it?
I don't know. I used to drink the Strohs.
Find it in a distributor.
That was such a popular beer for 10 minutes with the Stroh's dog.
Remember? You remember that?
Remember the dog went in and got the Strohs for the guy?
And maybe 5 other people out there
competing with the Budweiser dog.
Oh, really? Stroh's was going after Budweiser?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Stroh.
Yeah, I think Sergeant Crowley, opportunity to go to the White House and have a beer with the president, that's pretty fucking huge. Gates, I don't think he wants to go to the White House and have a beer.
I don't think so. Not for this. Not in this situation.
He's gonna feel a little awkward, I think.
It's gonna look like the old Uncle T.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it on Obama.
Yeah, that's it. We'll see what his next next little thing that'll bring his popularity even lower. It's under 50%, by the way.
I said that last week. 44.
Yeah.
Hey, just because you know your presidents. Like the one thing about Obama, he offers this beer thing. I was trying to think to myself, did any other past presidents say, "Hey, come down to the White House, we'll have a beer"?
For a beer.
It's kind of weird how these politicians are opening up in general. Because who was campaigning? Oh, was it Obama having the shot, or was it Hillary with the fake
Hillary
shot,
drinking a shot?
Right.
Well, she's probably used to that.
But it was just weird to hear the president go, "Let's come down to the White House and we'll have a beer."
Have a beer.
Reagan didn't do that shit.
We'll smoke some crack. I'll do the powdered one, and then we can go to Gurney and have sex in a limo.
Now I want to hear that too. One of my
Gurney.
favorite things ever.
That guy's an ass. I'm no Obama fan, but that guy was a complete ass.
You think he's frustrated that no one's taking him seriously?
No
still?
one ran with his story of
I'd like-
sex in Gurney with the.
How great would it be that
president.
the guy is beyond accurate with the story?
I know.
How do you
And it
live with
really
yourself going,
happened.
no, I'm telling you, this
I
is what
swear,
happened?
I blew the man.
That is...
God damn.
All right, we're out, I guess.
Yuppers. That was a
Keith,
good one. Good. Monday done.
I like when a black guy agrees with Anthony. Let's get this in.
Oh.
Keith, black guy, Atlanta. Keith.
Hey man, how y'all fellas doing, man?
Hi,
I just
sir.
want to say this man been living around Caucasians for too long because he felt like he could say anything he want when any respectable black man knows when dealing with the police, you don't say nothing.
This is a backhanded agreement. But
You usually just, be quiet, say what you got to, what I'm saying, just be nice, be polite, and he'll go away and you go back.
right. Just common courtesy between the two of you is a wonderful thing.
You know what? I don't care what color you are. That is a tough thing to do, what you just said. Because you want to say a lot of shit.
But you have to.
I understand. But it's that battle you have in your fucking head.
well,
if
the
you
consequences.
if you get pulled over and you feel like, oh, come on, man. Or you're getting a parking ticket or whatnot.
Yeah.
You do have that inner struggle in your head going, I got to say something.
Yeah, I know, but that's going to get you beat down or arrested or something.
I understand. I understand the consequences of it, but it's hard to do
So
sometimes.
does Keith.
Hey, man, sometimes you just got to show a little restraint, man. I mean, Anthony, you might have to ring the bell for me because niggas understand this. Black people that's been living around white folks too long, they kind of lose their mind and figure, oh, I can say what the next white guy can say.
They think they're white people, right?
Hey, they kind of lose focus of who they really
They
are.
think they have the entitlement of a white man.
Damn near.
That's crazy thinking, Keith.
Hey,
Jesus
I
Christ.
gotta call a spade, man. Sometimes you just gotta know what's up, just so you won't fuck around and get shot, beat down, anything, or arrested.
I hear you, bruh.
Play it cool.
Hey,
you got anything to plug, Keith? First 48. What are you going to be on?
Lock up. What
Lock
do you got
up.
going
What do you
on?
got? What do you got?
Actually, I went to repo to you guys just straight up dissed it this morning, so
Yeah.
I'm going to first 48 now.
All right.
No, that
There you go.
repo sounds horrible, but I'm not really sure what Ant was thinking when he brought the 1,000 Ways to Die to the show, but now I have to see that show.
You do have to watch it for its awfulness, but.
Yep.
Actually, I think I will check that out, man.
All right, brother.
All right, home.
All right, cuz.
Later, man.
All right, Keith, everyone. I remember Billy Beer. That stuff tasted like skunk shit.
Oh, yeah, Billy Beer. That's fucked up when the president's brother was hawking a beer with his name on it.
And a bad beer at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.